I tested 15 small habits on myself, not flashy routines or Instagram hacks, but tiny shifts that quietly rewired my life in ways I never imagined. And what happened? It was insane. My mindset changed. My energy changed. My confidence changed. It wasn't overnight, but it was inevitable. These aren't habits that scream for attention, they whisper. And if you let them, they'll rebuild your entire foundation until one day you look in the mirror and realize you're not the same person anymore. You're stronger, calmer, sharper, and more in control than ever before. So here are 15 habits that silently but permanently transform your life. Starting at number 15. I used to laugh at the idea of making the bed. Like, what does a blanket and 2 pillows have to do with success? But here's the truth. When you make your bed, you're not just straightening sheets. You're building momentum. It's the very first promise you keep to yourself. Within 5 minutes of waking, you've already accomplished something. And that matters more than you think, because success is nothing more than stacked small wins. Making the bed gave me discipline I didn't know I was missing. Suddenly, leaving dishes in the sink felt wrong. Skipping the gym felt off. My space looked sharper and my mind followed. Every time I walked past my bed, it whispered back, "You showed up for yourself today." Small act, massive ripple. This simple habit became the cornerstone of a more organized life. It wasn't about perfection, but about cultivating a consistent routine. This ripple effect extended beyond my personal space, influencing my work and relationships. I found myself approaching challenges with a newfound sense of capability, knowing that even the smallest commitments could lead to significant progress. Habit number 14. Before opening my phone, before reacting to the outside world, I sat with myself. Sometimes it was just 5 minutes, sometimes longer. I'd grab a notebook and write down 3 things I was grateful for, or simply reflect on what actually mattered to me that day. And here's the thing, this habit didn't just clear my head, it shifted my entire perspective. Because when you start your day in gratitude and reflection, the noise of the world loses its grip on you. Instead of scrolling yourself into comparison mode, you're already centered. Instead of starting behind, you start ahead, mentally calm, emotionally steady, and in control. Life will always throw punches, but when you're grounded in clarity and gratitude, those hits don't knock you down the same way. You walk into the day with a stronger spine and a clearer mind. This practice became my secret weapon against the relentless demands of modern life. It transformed my mornings from a reactive scramble into a proactive sanctuary. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the endless to-do list, I approached my tasks with intention and a sense of calm purpose. The clarity gained from those quiet moments rippled through the rest of my day, influencing my decisions, interactions, and overall well-being. It wasn't about escaping reality, but rather about equipping myself to navigate it more effectively, with greater resilience and a deeper appreciation for the present moment. At 13. I used to wake up at 9 a.m. and wonder why I felt like life was already slipping away. Then I realized I was starting my day 3 hours behind my future self. Waking up early isn't about forcing a 5 a.m. bootcamp routine. It's about claiming the quiet, the stillness before the world starts yelling for your attention. When you wake up before the noise, you feel it, the clean slate. No demands, no messages, just space to actually breathe and think. And when you own those early hours, you don't feel like you're chasing the day anymore. You feel like you're creating it. That shift alone can transform the way you move through everything else. This newfound ownership of your mornings isn't just about productivity, it's about peace. It's about building a fortress of calm before the daily onslaught of emails, meetings, and obligations. You begin to appreciate the subtle beauty of a sunrise, the quiet hum of your own thoughts, the unhurried sip of your coffee. This intentional start sets a positive tone that ripples throughout the rest of your day, making you more resilient to stress and more present in your interactions. You're not just surviving, you're thriving, one mindful morning at a time. At number 12. The first time I walked without my phone, it felt like my brain was glitching. No music, no podcasts, no scrolling, just me and the sound of my footsteps. At first, it was uncomfortable, but then something happened. Ideas started bubbling up. Problems started untangling themselves. Some of the clearest decisions I've ever made didn't come from a book or a guru. They came 15 minutes into a silent walk where my thoughts finally had room to breathe. This habit sounds too simple, but in a world that never stops screaming, silence is a superpower. Leave the AirPods, take the walk. You'll be shocked by what your mind has been waiting to tell you. As I continued this practice, I noticed a profound shift. The initial discomfort transformed into a quiet anticipation. These walks became a sanctuary, a dedicated time to disconnect from the digital noise and reconnect with my inner self. It wasn't just about problem solving anymore. It was about cultivating a deeper sense of presence and clarity. I started observing the subtle beauty around me, the rustling leaves, the distant bird song, the changing light, elements I had previously overlooked while tethered to my devices. This newfound appreciation for the simple, tangible world outside my screens only amplified the sense of calm and insight these silent journeys provided. It's a liberation from the constant demands of the modern world, a gentle reminder that the most profound wisdom often emerges not from external input. Moving on to number 11. Here's the brutal truth. For too many of us, our professional lives have become a grand illusion. We don't truly work, we merely perform the illusion of working. Think about your typical day. 5, 6, even 7 distracted hours, bouncing between tabs, glancing at notifications, responding to incessant pings, and sporadically tackling tasks. It's a performance of perpetual motion, a frantic dance that leaves us exhausted but rarely fulfilled, believing we're grinding, when in reality, we're merely scratching the surface. Then I stumbled upon a revolutionary concept, the deep work hour. It's not about working longer, it's about working smarter with laser-like precision. Imagine one single hour, 60 uninterrupted minutes. During this sacred time, all distractions are ruthlessly eliminated. No buzzing notifications pulling your attention. No emails popping up on your screen. No urge to check social media. No multitasking. No attempting to juggle multiple demands simultaneously. It's just you stripped bare, confronting the task at hand. Just you versus the task in a silent, focused battle. And the results, they were nothing short of unreal. That single, intensely focused hour consistently crushed entire afternoons of what I previously considered productive time, those sprawling, scattered periods filled with fake productivity. It wasn't just a marginal improvement, it was a seismic shift. Complex problems that once seemed insurmountable crumbled under the weight of this concentrated effort. Creative ideas flowed unhindered. Output soared, not through sheer volume of hours, but through the unparalleled quality of each minute. At 10. I'm not a gym bro. I don't scream mid-rep or post flexing selfies. But the first time I walked into a weight room and picked up something heavy, something shifted. Lifting weights isn't about muscles, it's about mindset. It's you versus gravity. And gravity never lets up. Every rep is a lesson in discipline, in grit, in showing up when you don't feel like it. At first, I lifted for looks. But over time, I realized it wasn't about aesthetics. It was about becoming stronger in every sense. Lifting taught me how to push past resistance, how to fight through pain, how to prove to myself that I was capable of more than my excuses. When you train your body to handle weight, you train your mind to handle life. The weight room is a sanctuary, a place where the only competition is yourself. It's where doubt crumbles under the weight of determination, and where every bead of sweat is a testament to your resolve. The discipline learned here bleeds into every aspect of your existence, making you more resilient, more focused, and more capable of tackling whatever challenges life throws your way. Coming at number 9. Some days I thought I was exhausted, burnt out, unfocused, maybe even depressed. But no, I was just dehydrated. The truth is, water is the simplest performance enhancer on Earth, and most of us treat it like an afterthought. The moment I started taking hydration seriously, everything changed. First thing in the morning, I chug a tall glass. Throughout the day, I keep a bottle within arm's reach like it's oxygen. And suddenly, my brain fog lifted, my mood stabilized, my energy didn't crash. Hydration isn't just about avoiding thirst, it's about fueling your system at the most fundamental level. It sharpens focus, accelerates recovery, boosts your skin, metabolism, and even how you handle stress. Drink enough water, and it feels like your entire operating system just got a clean reboot. Dehydration subtly undermines our physical and mental well-being, often mimicking symptoms of fatigue, burnout, or even depression. Many overlook water's profound impact, treating it as secondary rather than essential. Prioritizing consistent hydration transforms performance. From the immediate impact of a morning glass to keeping a bottle close throughout the day, the benefits are clear. Mental clarity improves, mood stabilizes, and energy levels remain consistent. Beyond quenching thirst, proper hydration is fundamental to metabolic function, skin health, recovery, and stress resilience. It's a system-wide optimization, akin to a vital reboot. At 8. I used to tell myself I didn't have time to read. Meanwhile, I had endless hours to scroll memes and watch reels. But here's the math. 10 pages a day equals 300 pages a month. That's a book, 12 books a year. Do that for 3 years and you've consumed more wisdom than most people touch in a lifetime. And it's not just about finishing books, it's about rewiring your brain to think long-term. Every time I replaced notifications with a chapter, my attention span stretched. My imagination grew. My decisions sharpened. 10 pages doesn't sound like much, but it stacks, it compounds, and one day you realize you're not the same person you were when you started. You've built a mind that hungers for growth instead of distraction. This consistent effort, even in small increments, cultivates not just knowledge, but discipline. It's a testament to the idea that significant transformations are often the result of seemingly insignificant daily choices, repeated over time. This principle extends beyond reading. It applies to any habit we wish to cultivate or break. The initial resistance to change slowly gives way to a new normal, and what once felt like a chore becomes an integral part of our daily rhythm. This journey of consistent, small improvements doesn't just reshape our intellect. It builds resilience, self-efficacy, and a profound understanding of the power of compounding in all aspects of life. Moving on to number 7. Most of us carry mental junk drawers, random stress, half-baked ideas, old wounds, swirling thoughts that never settle. Journaling is how you dump that drawer out and finally make sense of it. I didn't write to impress anyone. I didn't care about perfect sentences. I just spilled the truth onto the page, ugly, raw, real. And something magical happened, clarity. I started out anxious, stressed, or confused, but by the time my pen stopped moving, I felt lighter. Journaling became therapy without a therapist, a mirror without judgment. It forced me to face myself, to wrestle with my thoughts instead of avoiding them with food or screens. Writing regularly gave me self-awareness, honesty, and a calmness I couldn't find anywhere else. It wasn't about finding solutions every time, but about the process itself. The act of writing, of giving form to the formless, was often solution enough. It was a journey into my own mind, a descent into the depths of my being where I could unearth hidden truths and let go of what no longer served me. Beyond the initial release, journaling cultivated a deeper sense of self-compassion. I learned to be kinder to myself, to acknowledge my struggles without harsh judgment. It was a practice in radical acceptance, embracing all parts of me, the light and the shadow. This ongoing dialogue with myself, written on the page, became a cornerstone of my emotional well-being, helping me navigate life's complexities with greater resilience and a profound sense of inner peace. At 6. Here's the hard truth. Your self-respect lives or dies on the promises you keep to yourself. Not the big ones, the tiny ones. Wake up on time. Drink that glass of water. Clean your desk before bed. At first, they seem too small to matter, but every time you follow through, you tell yourself, I can trust me, and that's everything. Because the opposite is also true. Break enough promises to yourself, and you stop believing your own goals. You stop trusting your own word. That's when procrastination eats you alive. But when you keep one small promise daily, you build what I call inner gravity, that pull toward your best self that makes momentum unavoidable. It's not about the promise. It's about proving that when you say you'll do something, you mean it. This self-trust isn't just about feeling good. It's the bedrock of all lasting achievement. It's the silent engine that propels you from aspiration to action, from doubt to decisive progress. Every small commitment honored is a vote for your future self, solidifying the belief that you are capable of delivering on your potential. This accumulated inner strength is what separates those who merely dream from those who consistently achieve, transforming daily discipline into remarkable destiny. Moving on to number 5. I used to be a full-time people pleaser with part-time boundaries. I said yes to everything, helping, hanging out, taking on projects I didn't even want because I didn't want to upset anyone. And the result, I was drained, resentful, and constantly running on fumes. Then I realized something powerful. Every yes to someone else is a no to myself. So I started saying no. Not out of coldness, but out of clarity. My peace became non-negotiable. My energy stopped being a discount store where anyone could take what they wanted. And the funny thing, the people who respected my no were the ones who actually deserved my yes. Protect your time, protect your sanity, and realize boundaries don't make you selfish, they make you strong. This transformation wasn't instant. It was a journey of small, deliberate steps. I started by identifying my triggers, the situations or requests that typically led to me overcommitting. Then I practiced saying no in low-stakes situations, like declining an invitation to a casual gathering I wasn't really looking forward to. With each successful no, my confidence grew. I learned that a polite refusal doesn't need a lengthy explanation or an elaborate excuse. A simple "I appreciate you thinking of me, but I won't be able to," or "that sounds interesting, but I'm not available at that time," often suffices. I also discovered the importance of proactive communication. Instead of waiting for requests to pile up, I began to set expectations and communicate my availability up front. This proactive approach helped me manage others' expectations and reduce the pressure to always say yes. It's an ongoing process, but the freedom and peace of mind I've gained are invaluable. For years, I treated food like entertainment, sugar for comfort, junk for convenience. And then I wondered why I was tired, foggy, and moody. The truth, the food you eat is either fueling you or draining you. Once I started eating real, whole foods, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, clean carbs, everything changed. My energy leveled up, my focus sharpened, my mood lifted. Eating clean isn't about restriction, it's about respect. Respect for the body that carries you through life. Respect for the mind that depends on your nutrition to function. Once you make this shift, late-night cravings stop controlling you. Your body stops feeling like a burden and starts feeling like a weapon. Whole foods don't just change your health. They change your entire quality of life. This journey isn't just about what you put on your plate. It's about cultivating a mindset of intentional living. It's about recognizing that every meal is an opportunity to nourish yourself, to build a stronger foundation for a vibrant life. When you choose whole, unprocessed foods, you're not just fueling your body, you're investing in your mental clarity, your emotional stability, and your overall well-being. This ripple effect extends beyond physical health, influencing your productivity, your relationships, and your ability to pursue your passions with vigor. Embrace this shift and watch as your entire life transforms for the better. At 3rd place. For years, my room looked like a storage unit, clothes on chairs, clutter everywhere. And I wondered why my thoughts were just as messy. Then I realized your environment isn't just where you live, it's who you become. So I started cleaning, not obsessively, but intentionally. Clearing my desk before work, folding clothes before bed, throwing out junk that didn't serve me anymore. And the results were shocking. My productivity skyrocketed, my stress dropped. And for the first time, I felt like I could actually rest without guilt. Your space reflects your standards. When you raise the standard of your environment, every other part of your life quietly rises with it. This shift wasn't just about appearances. It was about reclaiming mental clarity. A decluttered space became a symbol of a decluttered mind, allowing for focus and intentionality to flourish in all aspects of my day. At number 2, I used to be brutal to myself. Every mistake, every flaw, every slip-up. I tore myself down harder than anyone else could. And then I wondered why I felt unmotivated, why my confidence felt shattered. Then it hit me. Your inner voice is the narrator of your life, and you can't live a powerful story if the narrator keeps trashing the main character. So I made a shift. I started talking to myself like someone I was rooting for. I started encouraging myself, reminding myself of progress instead of only failures. Slowly, the inner critic became an inner coach, and that single change reshaped everything: my confidence, my persistence, my ability to get back up after setbacks. Because you don't rise higher than the words you feed yourself. Respect your self-talk, and you'll respect your potential. This transformation wasn't instant. It took consistent effort, conscious interruption of old thought patterns, and a willingness to be gentle with myself even when it felt unfamiliar. But the rewards have been immeasurable. Now, when challenges arise, my first instinct isn't to crumble, but to seek solutions, driven by an inherent belief in my capacity to overcome. It's a liberation, truly, to be your own greatest advocate. Last but not least, at number 1. This one hit me like a freight train. No one is coming to save me. Not a mentor, not a rich friend, not some magical opportunity, just me. And once I internalized that truth, my life flipped, because it meant everything was in my hands. My habits, my discipline, my future. And while that's scary at first, it's also liberating. Because if no one is coming, then no one can stop you either. You are the hero and the rescue team. Both. Every single day I remind myself of this. Out loud in writing, however it sticks. Because the moment you stop outsourcing your success, you take full ownership of your transformation. You stop waiting. You start building. And one day, you wake up and realize you didn't need saving. You just needed to decide. The journey isn't about finding a shortcut. It's about building the road yourself, brick by painful, glorious brick. It's about accepting the discomfort of growth and the responsibility of creation. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it, learning from every stumble and celebrating every small victory. Because every step forward, no matter how tiny, is a testament to your unwavering commitment to yourself. 15 habits, none of them flashy, none of them impossible, just quiet, consistent shifts that rewire who you are at the core. Make your bed, guard your mornings, drink your water, read your pages, journal your truth, say no when it matters, eat like you respect yourself, clean your environment, train your body, talk to yourself like a friend. And above all, remember that you are the one responsible for building your life, because these habits don't just change your schedule, they change your standards. And when your standards rise, your entire reality rises with them. If these habits resonated with you, if you're ready to stop waiting and start transforming, hit that subscribe button right now. Not for me, for you. Because the journey doesn't end here. This is just the beginning. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.